Hello, my dear students. My name is Alicia Hashmi, and I will be taking your sessions for entrepreneurship development and management. We will be completing our course as per the university syllabus. So, our first unit is basically about entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship. When we talk about what is entrepreneurship management or development, it becomes necessary to understand who actually is an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is basically a person who looks for opportunity and makes the maximum use of those opportunity to deliver something that customers are looking for and ultimately make profit out of it. When you talk about entrepreneur, it is basically derived from a French word which actually means to undertake. So entrepreneur basically is somebody who can undertake jobs, who can be a change agent to the society, who can act as an employer, who can generate production, and who is aspired to earn profits. When you talk about modern age entrepreneurs, they are not inventors, but they are inventor come people who organize resources, gather them, provide leadership, and make a commercial success. Entrepreneurship is basically combination of person and object. So entrepreneurship is being an entrepreneur who start economic activity for self-employed. Now this entrepreneur will always be self-employed. He will never be under somebody else. Before going for becoming an entrepreneur, you need to ask yourself 4 important questions that will help you to become a successful entrepreneur. The first one is, why do I want to start this business? If you are looking for an opportunity, if you are aiming at starting your business, this is the first questions you need to ask. What kind of motivation do you possess? Are you going for to make money out of the business, or you want to make a difference, you want to bring up some change? Then second question is, what resources do I need? Now resources can be your raw materials, your human resources. If you are hiring 2 or 3 people, for example, from where will you be working? Will you be working at home, or will you be hiring people and setting up a small office, or you will be going for shared spaces? That you need to make sure. Then how do I fit in the rest of the world? What kind of service am I providing? Is it actually the trending services? What uniqueness my product has? Will it be able to go and attract customers in the market? Then last one is, what is my business model? Will I be working for profit, or I will be working as a non-profit organization, or will I be using both the mediums? When you answer these 4 questions, the confidence increases, and also you go to the path or in the right direction basically. Then what is entrepreneurship? Basically it's the approach, it's your attitude, how you take up the opportunity, how creative and innovative you can be to fulfill that opportunity, and how will you be able to invest and organize an enterprise. Then Peter F. Drucker has also said that when a person is able to maximize the opportunities with effectiveness and efficiency and can do the right things at the right time, that is the point that you go for entrepreneurship. There are 5 P's of entrepreneurship: pioneer, perspective, practice, performance, and perseverance. These are the 5 things that you need to be an entrepreneur. Pioneer means you should be very clear about your thoughts, where you want to reach, what is your actual aim, and how you will reach that aim. Perspective means looking to all the perspectives, not just one. Whether if you are launching a product, it is in demand is one perspective. But why is it in demand? What quality is the customers looking for? How is the trend in last 5 years going? All these comes here. Then practice and performance are interrelated. If you practice more, your performance will be better. And perseverance is the key, because when you go for entrepreneurship, it is not always like you will achieve success in the one go. When bulb was invented, it also took 99 attempts of failure to become that 100th attempt of success. So you should be ready to take a failure, and you should be perseverance will play a role when you actually take a failure and convert it into success. What is the need of entrepreneurship? It will increase national production, so you will help in production at the national level. Balanced development will be there, you will generate employment, economic growth will be there for you, and definitely you will help in increasing the GDP also of the country, and you will encourage self-employment. Nowadays we can see that there are times that a person has qualification but he is still unemployed because number of jobs are not sufficient as per the scenario. So in order to fulfill that thing, you can give self employment to yourself also, and once you are able to set up your enterprise, you will be giving employment to the others also. What entrepreneurs actually do, they set up enterprise, they earn wealth, and they go for output and exports. In this whole process they generate employment and income. Poverty reduction is done because they are giving employment, they are paying taxes, so hence government revenue is increasing, and then higher productivity and good innovations are happening because every entrepreneur is not sticking to the basics, he is bringing up some creative, some innovative things. Then what characteristics does an entrepreneur should possess? He should be creative and innovative, he should be capable of taking risk. If you are not able to take risk, you will never succeed. He should take initiatives, he should have that aim of achieving something, he should have problem solving approach, he should be persistence, he should be focused, he should have commitment towards his work, he should be independent, he should not be dependent on somebody. Otherwise, if that dependability comes in, you will not be able to work according to yourself. And the most important thing is you should be confident about yourself that yes, you can do it. What is the need and importance of entrepreneurship? National production will be increasing, challenging career option is given, you can go for commercializing new products, you can make market more competitive, and you can make society enterprising. Now, what are the factors that actually motivate a person for going for entrepreneurship? There are two kind of factors. One is internal, which is within yourself. Then it is the external, which is around you, what is happening. Now, when you talk about internal factor, that sense of doing something new, the sense of achieving something gives you the motivation. Your educational background actually gives you. Once you feel that here I'm not able to justify my education, I should do something good, I should utilize my education, that gives you a motivational push. The third one is occupational background or experience. Once you experience a lot of things, you gain that experience, you develop confidence that yes, I can do it on myself. Now there are certain external factors also which motivate you. For example, nowadays government has started giving loans and subsidies for small enterprises, so that assistance and supports give you availability of labor and raw material. If you know from where you need to make your labor and raw materials available easily, that will generate a self confidence that I can do it because I have everything around me. Big business houses, if there are encouragement from their side, promising demand of the product, if you are able to see that the product you are trying to manufacture or you are planning to manufacture is in high demand amongst the customer, that gives you a confidence that you will succeed. There are certain barriers of entrepreneurship also. First is finance, because a person, not all the entrepreneurs belong to a very high class. So finance can be an issue, from where to arrange finance. Should I go for investments, or I will put on my own personal savings? That becomes a barrier. Then second one is, there are seldom times that you get demotivated. You have a fear of failure. So that fear of not to be a successful entrepreneur will restrict you from going further. then because you're very unexperienced in certain fields, so strategic plans may not be in place. You might face certain human resource issues because you might not get skilled workers as per your requirement. The rules and regulation of the market in which you want to enter can be another barrier towards your entrepreneurship. Fewer opportunities are there. If there are less number of opportunities, you will be scared and you will not be able to perform better. That can act as a barrier. Lack of capacity and marketing experience can or be another one. Then risk taking, we have already discussed in the last slide. Then practical knowledge and inadequate training are interrelated, because when you're entering a market as a new entrepreneur, you do not have that much of practical knowledge or adequate training, so that may be a barrier to entrepreneurship. How to develop entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is basically, you can say, key to achieve overall economic development, and this can be done by motivating yourself. The motivating drives of achievement can help you in that. You should be focused on training, education, creating new products, and a healthy environment for growth of your enterprise. If you are able to do motivate yourself to the fullest and be focused on what you are actually planning to do, you will definitely succeed and become a successful entrepreneur. There is a process which is to be followed. In this, firstly, you need to develop that attitude and skill that an entrepreneur actually need. Once your attitude and skills are developed, then you can go to examine the opportunities that will help you in problem solving. What kind of problem are you seeing, and how you will be able to solve that problem? What opportunities do you have? Once you are done with examining the opportunities, you will be able to generate ideas to fulfill that opportunities. Then you need to align the ideas and opportunities together, and you need to analyze whether it will actually work or not. Once you are satisfied with the analyzing of opportunities along with ideas, you will have to gather, manipulate, and formulate all the available sources from which you will have to gather your resources in order to execute the plan. Then you will execute the plan thoroughly and start up your business. Once startup is done, then you will have to take actions to sustain and make the business grow. If everything is falling into place, then it is very good. Otherwise, you will have to repeat the cycle once again. So we'll repeat once again. We will revise this process once again. You need to establish and develop skills and attitudes within you. Then you will have to examine the opportunities for which you are actually looking for your solving of problems. Then you will have to generate ideas according to the opportunities. Then you will have to analyze the opportunities and align the ideas accordingly. Then you will have to gather the sources and resources from where you will have to arrange everything for execution of the business. Then you will execute the business, and once the startup is established, you will have to take actions to sustain the business and look forward towards the growth of your enterprise. Now, there are certain forms of financing a venture. There are 5 things that you can do. First is debt. Debt is basically owning money. You ask investors and own their money and use them. Equity basically means buying the shares of any enterprise and using them. Bootstrapping basically means using your own savings and putting it into the business. Grants basically is nowadays, as I told you earlier, that government is giving subsidies and various schemes have been launched to help the growing entrepreneurs of India. So those grants can be taken. Now, apart from this, the 5th one is hybrid models, wherein you can use any of the 1, 2 or 3 or all of them together. For example, I am starting a business and I have amount of 10 lakh rupees which I have saved for my business. So I'll use that, so that will be called as bootstrapping. Apart from that, I can go for certain schemes and I can take grants from government also. So if I am integrating both the processes or both the models, then that will be known as a hybrid model. Now this one is an important question, and this particular question has come into examination 3 to 4 times in last 5 years. So what are the qualities of an entrepreneur? If you talk about qualities of an entrepreneur, you will have to see two types of qualities. One is personal qualities, the other one is managerial qualities. So when you talk about personal qualities, it is relating to your personality, your perspective, your attitudes, how you see the things. So the personal qualities include focused on your work, you should love challenges, you should be a risk taker, then you should have you should be dedicated to work, you should be creative, you should be innovative, you should be an optimistic person. That means you should think positively and take things positively. Even if you are failing, you should be capable of taking those failures in a positive direction. You should be a quick learner, you should be able to listen and communicate well, and then hence you will get proper feedback so you can actually improvise your working. Now when you talk about managerial skills, you should be realistic, you should be able to form goals which are actually measurable and attainable, you should be a risk taker, then you should be inspired to work, you should be able to be a good leader. That means you should be able to handle teams, you should have good financial, production, administration and human resource, sales, marketing skills, accounting, management, so that you can manage your enterprise. Because you will be starting at the initial level, at a small level, you may not be able to hire every person of every domain. So you should have knowledge about handling all these spheres. Then you should be able to get along with people. Now, what kind of resources are required by an enterprise? These you can be easily remember them by learning the acronym of PROFIT. When you talk about P, it stands for physical resources. That means equipments, locations, raw materials, any kind of physical resources. Then with R comes reputational resource. That means your brand loyalty, brand image, brand perception. Then with O comes organizational resources, where you are able to plan, make decisions, give directions, etc. Then with F come financial resources, any kind of resources that represents capital or money. Then with I comes intellectual and human resources, wherein comes knowledge, training, experiences, creativity, vision, intelligence, everything. And with T it comes technological resources, because we are actually working in the era of technology. Technology becomes an integral part when you go for an enterprise. If you are trying to open your enterprise and working in an outdated version of equipments or even methodology, you will be facing a lot of issues. So with this we complete our first unit. I hope I'm able to deliver the content properly. In case you have any doubts, you can contact and easily ask me. Please be thorough with the unit 1, and we will be finishing unit all the units like this soon. So please continue studying together so that you finish everything on time. And stay safe, stay at home, and please prepare well for examinations. Thank you.